Pauses. Okay, we're good. And I might as well do this. It's that time of year again. This is something we're going to be talking about later on today. And what's going to be for the opening of this video. In which, in this case, hey guys, it's me, Michael, back at for another video. And yeah, like I said before, it's that time of year once again. And tomorrow is going to be such a very historic episode. Or actually, I wouldn't call it episode. A historic live event. Because in this video, I'll be talking about my predictions for both WWE Worlds Collide and the main one of the evening for tomorrow, Money in the Bank. And yes, I am super stoked for both of these events. And of course, I'll be having live streams for these videos. And yeah, so be sure to tune in for tomorrow because we're going to have one crazy day. So let's just get right into this. And I think I'm going to do two of these because I feel like I want to have this video and the other one to be like sectional because it's like the respected like norms of where they came from. Because for this one, we're gonna be talking about my predictions for WWE's Worlds Collide, and yeah, this one's gonna be a fun one because this will be the first, I should say, like WWE styles of forbidden doors to a promotion that they acquired like a couple months ago, and it actually happened in WrestleMania season, so quite a bit of a ironic part actually. But yeah, let's just get right down to this. And I pulled up here on Wikipedia, and I'm currently looking at 5 match cards what we have for Worlds Collide, and I don't think the following matches I'm seeing right here are projected to be to how it's going to be followed, but be interested to what they are like. So let's take a look at here and just go by, I guess, one by one at a time. So the first one we have here is a 6-man tag team match. I feel like most of these are just tag team matches. I guess that's part of the reason why. But anyways, the first 6-man tag team match, the one of the two, we got Legado del Fantasma versus the team of El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. Now, I've barely seen little matches of Psycho Clown, and I feel like he's like the most crazy person out there. But I guess behind the face paint and all, behind the mask, he seems like a lovable person. And I think in terms of who would win this match, as of right now, I think Legado del Fantasma might see like a crack in the group because I think there's a little tension between like Berto and Angel. Like they're not cooperating as they used to. So I think there's a crack in there, and I think that's why I think El Hijo, Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown will take the win for this one. And the next one here, this is a fucking joke. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Chad Gable. It's a singles match, and it's for the AAA Mega Championship. There's going to be a lot of El Grande Americano jokes like thrown around like in WWE. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love the gimmick of El Grande Americano. I feel like I've seen him like in a lot of like live events, and he admits the truth. He is from the Gulf of America, and I thought he was a great performer, and he doesn't know who Chad Gable is, and I thought he was great. And the fact that he won at WrestleMania 41 against Rey Fenix says a lot. But at the same time, though, I think it's sort of a disrespect to Lucha Libre, but who cares? Because for Worlds Collide, I feel like El Grande Americano is going to be sitting back at home just watching his American hero, Chad Gable, to defeat El Hijo del Vikingo. Well, from my perspective, I say El Hijo del Vikingo is going to take the win. Because there's no way that Chad's going to win the AAA Mega Championship. And if he does, I would freak out like crazy. Like, I'll be jumping out of my chair and just like, go through my mind of what does this American fuckhead is doing with Lucha Libre. But yeah, El Hijo del Vikingo is going to take that win. Next one here, we have the Fatal 4-Way match for the NXT North American Championship. I mean, quite a coincidence that the North American title would be in a Worlds Collide style match. I put that in italicized because Worlds Collide is technically a NXT show back in the day, and now it's recognized by WWE with the acquisition of AAA. Creative just know what to do. But anyways, we have Ethan Page, the current North American champion. He'll have to defend his title against Bouncy Javon Evans and Laredo Kid and surprisingly Ray Phoenix. In which when I first heard about this episode was actually one of the craziest episodes that I've seen in NXT history, because not only do you have 2 title changes, but you also got that announcement from Ava. Actually, not Ava. Javon Evans on compete, telling Ethan that he's gonna face him, Laredo Kid, which great choice by the way, and Ray Phoenix, and I'm like, what? The dude's in WWE on SmackDown doing amazing matches, and you're bringing up Ray Phoenix to be in this Fatal 4-Way match for the NXT North American title. I honestly swear to God, like, WWE talents should not be near NXT talents, because they're still developing stuff. And even though they still need facts, they still need to jot down some notes from other wrestlers. I say that they need to... Actually, yeah, NXT as a whole, NXT should just distance away from WWE, because it's just too much. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people in WWE needs a lot of screen time, but you're making these guys the top tier wrestlers of WWE to go way beyond the people who are like below here, who are at the brinks of developing and possibly rising up with them, but now they're just going to go shrinking lower, and it's a major distraction. I mean, if I gotta be honest, I feel like Ray Phoenix, and actually Penta remains on the main roster, but Ray Phoenix, I feel like he should have been in the development system. But even though those two are well experienced, that I still don't know why they bring that up. But in terms of who's gonna win this, that's actually kind of a bit of a hard choice. I know Laredo Kid is not gonna win it for sure, because with the acquisition, I don't know the partnership of AAA and WWE are gonna recognize like championships within their own show. So I think for this one, I think Javon Evans might win this one for sure, because we all love Ethan Page. We all love a good ego and a smile on his face, but I feel like Javon wants to shut him up again, as well as Ray Phoenix as well. Actually, everyone wants to shut up Ethan as well for everything. So I think Javon's gonna win it for sure. But if we're gonna go by tomorrow, I might have some second thoughts and let the match slide. Like, give me like who the real winner is. But in my head, I'm gonna go for Javon Evans. So that's my pick. Next, we have a tag team match, a women's tag team match actually. Stephanie Vicure and Lola Vice will team up to go up against Chick Tormenta and Delise. I wasn't sure of how my pronunciation with these women, especially for Chick and Delise. I think that's how you say that, but at the same time though, my fat ass doesn't even know how to speak Spanish. Although I did actually back at college, but I don't really speak that much Spanish, if you can't tell, so the language barriers of me speaking Spanish, English, and Vietnamese at the same time is going to be a bit difficult. And I prefer not to speak Latino, even though I tried back at college. I got a good passing score, but thank God I don't have to speak it all throughout my life, because if I were like a Latino, I would have like a mustache, a nice fuzzy goatee, bushy eyebrows. I grow my hair out, and I have a sombrero and a poncho. And many Latinos now will call me racist. But anyways, in terms of who's gonna win the women's tag team match, I think Stephanie Vicure and Lola Vice. I mean, you have to give it to the NXT girls, because the NXT women's division, they're like on fire right now. And actually, before we go any further, and I laid out my predictions on the women's match, I want to talk about the debut of Maria May, because that was amazing. Like, I did not expect her to show up at NXT on that day. Like, the last time we saw her was like 2 weeks ago when she got like kicked, and they weren't giving Maria enough screen time on AEW, and then she shows up like they didn't waste any time, just sign her up and put her on television, and the world. Let's say that the world go crazy. I went crazy as well, and yeah, Maria May is going to be amazing on that on every show and every episodes of NXT. I mean, it's going to be glamour for sure. But actually, does she really want to change her nickname as the Glamour? Because there's the Glamazon, there's the Glamorous, the fake name of Taya Valkyrie. I mean, we don't talk about that. So I think just the Glamour itself. To each their own. I mean, every single woman, they're the best. We love you, Beth Phoenix. We love you, Taya, and we also love you, Maria May. But I did hear some like speculation that Maria May's name is going to get a name change. I wanna say that the Maria name is going to remain the same, but in terms of like what her last name's going to be, I heard some speculation that it might be Maria March, because I feel like WWE, they really like to play up like their ways of fighting against other third company like wrestling brands and promotions like AEW. Like, if she's Maria May in AEW, then we call her Maria March, or Maria that's actually hilarious. Maria Monday on WWE/NXT. But the one I hear the most is Maria March. So I mean, I don't mind that, because all we care about is like what's her impressions going to be at for NXT. I mean, we'll just satisfy her like Ricky Saints or Ricky Starks. Like, I feel like he's done like a very good job with his position right now in NXT, and I feel like he's a bit more satisfied with his run at NXT compared to AEW, because I feel like with AEW they just don't they don't utilize him that much. That he has this star power that the fans can connect to, and with NXT he has a lot more freedom. He has a lot of like energy. The the crowd, he enjoys that very much, and I feel like that's going to be the same thing with Maria May. If the fans love her back at AEW and they love her in WWE, she'll get the same treatment like Ricky Saints. But getting back to the predictions, I say Stephanie and Lola are going to win this women's tag team match. I mean, those two women, Cheek and Delise, they're just old women. They just need to let her go. And lastly, we have LWO and Lince Dorado going up against Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. Mr. Iguana's Iguana. I love that little thing. Can I have that as a pet? But anyways, yeah, this one's actually interesting because I don't know if you guys saw the video on X where Joaquin Wilde was he got injured from a speed event, and it looked very scary when he was facing against Lexus King, and it really was. And when I saw like on Twitter that he's being he's being replaced by Lince Dorado, I was like, that's a good choice because we've seen Cruz del Toro and Dragon Lee before as like NXT like wrestlers, and now they're in WWE. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of like exciting moments with those two, and I actually posted this on Twitter or X as I talked about like what are my thoughts about like Lince Dorado being Joaquin's replacement while he's in injury, and this is what I said here. Actually, might as well pull it up as well. Oop. I was watching some black guy getting angry that the Nintendo Switch 2 was sold out like crazy, and that stuff. And y'all, it looks like y'all. This is the most views I ever got for like a reply. I said this here, so it was a scary injury for Joaquin, but to be fair, and I'll say this here with you guys, there's one thing that we could say about his replacement. Because in terms of Dragon Lee and Cruz del Toro being representatives of LWO, I say here that this will be Lince's first time that we got to see him on screen since his release. Because I think if I remember correctly, I think Lince, Grand Metalik, and Kalisto, they were both released on like different days of but releases. I think it was like post. Yeah, it was definitely like post COVID. And there was like a whole bunch of names thrown there, and Lince Dorado was one of them. And now that I'm hearing that he's going to be part of the 6-man tag team match, I was like, this is great because we haven't seen Lince in a WWE since his release. So that's going to be very fun, in fact, because he's going to go up against his own colleagues, Octagon Jr., who is the premises of Penta, Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. And yeah, I feel like in terms of who's gonna win this, I think the team of LWO with Lince Dorado is gonna carry that win. And I feel like honestly, actually I want to be sure because I say that I have 3 of the 2 WWE stars to win over AAA superstars. I mean, even though we love AAA, I do love AAA. I say for this event, it's going to be very fun without a doubt. So that is it for my predictions. And if I can do this here, might as well move my little web camera here and maybe pull up the Bleacher reports for its match cards. And all right, perfect. So we're gonna do a special two-part video here because we are now going to talk about the Money in the Bank 2025 event, and it's following projected match cards order because I have it listed because yeah, I feel like it's listed here from Bleacher Reports, and I'm guessing we're going to go from like the very top to the bottom because we all heard what the main event is, and some may be iffy with it, but it's an event, so who cares? But I'm guessing the first match that's gonna kick off Money in the Bank is actually, coincidentally, might as well pull it here. The first match to kick off Money in the Bank is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and the 6 competitors are Actually, I don't need to read this because I remember this. Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Julia, Stephanie Vacure, and Julia. Oh wait, and Roxanne Perez. So that's I gotta say, this one's actually a very strong, like, a very strong and very top tier names for women to be part of this ladder match. And I mean, honestly, you got some great women here. Alexa Bliss, a former women's champion, Naomi, a former SmackDown women's champion, and a tag team champion with Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks. Roxanne Perez, a two-time NXT women's champion. Julia, a one-time NXT women's champion. And Stephanie Foucault, a double NXT women's champion because she held the women's and the women's North American championship both at the same time, which is quite unbelievable. And of course, there's the overrated Rhea Ripley, in which, yes, if I say overrated, that means I don't want Rhea to win. I'll accept anyone to carry the money in. Well, yeah, I'll accept anyone to win the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, except for Rhea Ripley, because she is too damn overrated. I feel like WWE creative now are giving her like the Charlotte Flair kind of like role. Like if the fans love, we need the fans to love Rhea Ripley more because she's in this position right now to where, I mean, she's like huge. She's like a monster. She's like a powerhouse. She needs to put everyone down to the ground. And she needs to raise that title once again and tell the world that I deserve another championship match. Well, for me and some of the other fans, we say no. So I think I can expect like a huge booing from Rhea Ripley. And she'll be like, what the hell? They rooted me before when I was in Judgment Day. Why they're giving me the booze? Nah, whatever. I'm just gonna win whatever. I'm just gonna win the briefcase. Nope. We're just gonna keep booing on her, and we'll cheer for girls like Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie. I'll accept any of the five of them because, well, technically Alexa is a former Money in the Bank briefcase holder, and she cashed it in on the same day against Nia Jax, actually. And I thought that was like a great move because I do love Alexa Bliss as a wrestler, actually, because she's the best. Naomi, I think she has been in this position before, and I think she's going to do it again. I mean, hopefully if she wins. I mean, I heard some speculation that Naomi she sounds like a second logical choice to win the briefcase because she has participated in these ladder matches before, but she has never actually hold on or even claimed the briefcase. In terms of the other three, Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie, Roxanne, she could put on any good matches, and this will be the first for her to like be in a ladder match. I don't know if she ever been in that position before, but I mean, I had to rewatch my NXT history, but I believe she does. But for this one, I'll be definitely excited to see how this goes for Roxanne because she can make any women's match go above and beyond, as well as for Julia and Stephanie because they're all great as well. So yeah, any of the five except for Rhea Ripley. Next, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Lyra Valkyria, the current champion, will defend her title against Becky Lynch. And it goes again to like Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch is carrying like this role where the WWE creative wants her to hold on to like another championship, but the fans no, Lyra should retain her title. I mean, I'm with them as well. I want Lyra to retain her title because those women are getting so old now. Even though they're still living young and they're still wrestling perfectly, I don't think Becky Lynch can be like I mean, she is a role model and she's a person of her own. I think the push on itself is too much. It's not going to make fans to be much more invested with Becky anymore. So yeah, I'm sorry, Becky. We love you, but I think Lyra's gonna retain it for sure, and do it very clean. Because the last time she defended her title against Becky, it was like unexpected. Like that roll up. I mean, we were there on that day. That roll up, that was like insane. And Becky Lynch attacking her at the very end is it's just kind of nasty. So I think Lyra's gonna retain it for sure. Next, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And as we're speaking right now, I think, yeah, as we speak right now, the SmackDown's going on right now, and I'm just gonna say this for the participants for tomorrow: Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Andrade, Penta, Cero Miedo, and El Grande Americano. You remember how we mentioned like a few minutes ago to how El Grande is like the biggest fan of Chad Gable? Well, it looks like he has to do his own duty back in WWE because this mask fuck has to face 5 other people that he is Penta from earlier, but he has to face against 4 other people that he's not familiar with back at the Gulf of America. The Gulf of America. Seth Rollins, I feel like he's getting the most push, and he's probably the one name to possibly win the Money in the Bank briefcase for the second time. And he does mention that a lot whenever he's in these ladder matches, but it never works out for him because they give it to, like, I think last year they gave it to Drew McIntyre, and then the year before it was Damian Priest. And I thought Damian Priest's run with the Money in the Bank briefcase is a great run. And him cashing in at WrestleMania was a great moment. So in terms of like any others, let's see here. Solo Sikoa, this will be the first for him. I don't think he's gonna win the briefcase for sure because I think he's still in that role of managing Bloodline, and I don't think it's gonna translate the fact that he'll have to go up against either. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna translate to how he's gonna be John Cena now that because he's a heel now, and I think he's gonna get his ass kicked if John manages to bash his like Solo's head and possibly get his revenge, which I think that's what it is with John Cena's retirement tour. It's basically a revenge for all the fans who doubted him. I mean, I still love you, John, but why? Anyways, LA Knight, third time's a charm. And I'll say this here. If he does not win this briefcase, then he's done. Like, we give him the much more support for him to win the briefcase, and every time he's in there, he has that very slight chance to get his fingertips touching the bottom. And I said, man, push the fuck up and unlatch the latch and just grab the briefcase for God's sakes. I mean, don't just stand. I mean, don't just like stand like almost midway, grabbing like the briefcase like you're a clumsy motherfucker. Just climb the fucking ladder and grab the briefcase. Easy. You're not selling anything. But anyways, Andre, I feel like both him and Penta are gonna put like the best like flashy moves on the ladders because I feel like we feel bad for Andrade whenever he has to like torture his body whenever he has to do those special moves into the ladder, killing his back or maybe in front of it. And yeah, I don't think he's gonna win that for sure. Penta, I don't think he's gonna win either, but I think he'll be the breakout star of that match. And El Grande, when I saw that episode and him to win over AJ Styles and Finn Balor on that night, because I think someone interfered, I think someone interfered with AJ Styles or Finn Balor, right? And when El Grande did like the headbutt to AJ and pinned him on his birthday, I went nuts. I'm like, dude, the WWE creative, they're on drugs or some shit. Like out of all the two superstars, like Finn Balor and AJ, they went with El Grande to do the ladder match. I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say this here. El Grande is Chad Gable, and the fact that he has to do double duty on both Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank, that's insane for him. I mean, I don't think the dude's gonna come in for Monday Night Raw for this week. So, I guess in terms of this ladder match, I want to say, man, this is hard actually, because I'll go with either Seth or LA Knight, because I mean, Seth Rollins, he's the top guy who's mostly talked about to win the briefcase, but third time's a charm for LA Knight. If he doesn't like grab the briefcase, then I'm done supporting for him, because the fans rooted for him, but the creative team, they just don't even know what to do with him for a world championship match. I mean, yes, he's a good mid-card talent, but just give him a world title match. I mean, don't you ever look at his work from TNA? He was Eli Drake, and he had all the momentum. And with NXT, I mean, yeah, let's talk about that. NXT, when he was LA Knight, he literally wins like $1 million championship. And then he loses it to Cameron Grimes. And then all of a sudden the title's retired. Like it doesn't exist anymore. And LA Knight, he has won the United States title. And that's it. Just give LA Knight to win a briefcase and get a world championship match. Like, honestly, I don't even know what to do. Let's just move on. Actually, yeah, let's just move on with the final match of Money in the Bank. And that is a tag team match. John Cena, your undisputed WWE champion, will team up with Logan Paul, even though Logan didn't ask for it. They'll team up to go up against the American Nightmare, Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry. They're both the Dream and the Nightmare, so they're true Americans. But anyways, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, will team up against his brother, the World Heavyweight Champion, main event Jey Uso. Yeet. And that's exactly who I'm rooting for. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, because there is some speculation on X, I believe. I heard some speculations that for Money in the Bank, this probably might be John Cena's last match, because he did make a note. He did make a note that he's gonna retire throughout 2025, but the retirement hasn't even planned it yet. I don't know if this is kept in secret or something, but John doesn't even mention to what kind of date that he's retired. But the fact that he kept his promise to ruin professional wrestling, he does live up to the name of it. But I feel like it makes his run with the undisputed WWE Championship worse. Because with his run, his promise the promise of him ruining professional wrestling does live up the gimmick, but at the same time, though, it does ruin the fact that he is in professional wrestling, and it feels like that he's getting old and he doesn't even know what to say anymore for professional wrestling. Just knock out the referees, bash a championship on someone's head, and just call it a day and win back the title. I mean, I don't think that works for him. But if anything, we blame The Rock. So I say that Cody and Jey Uso are going to win this against John and... Well, I think if there's a practical person to be pinned, I say that Logan Paul is going to get pinned by Cody Rhodes, and John Cena is going to look at Cody Rhodes and probably stare down at his next challenger. And hopefully we get a new champion. either at SummerSlam, because I feel like it's bound to happen. And that's where we see The Rock giving the death stare to Cody, like he won't back away. And some crazy shit happens for SummerSlam. And that's where we are right now. Out of all of this, this is a build off for SummerSlam and Crown Jewel. And that's something that I'll be looking forward to the most. So that is that. And that's everything, guys. Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank, all happening on the same day. And honestly, guys, I don't even know how to like maintain both of these. And actually, I feel like I should look at the time to when Worlds Collide starts. But if anything, I'll tune in and we'll watch it together. So both Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in for this video for my predictions for both Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. And if you do, be sure to give this video a like, comment, and share. And yeah, that'll wrap it up for this video. So this has been the prediction video of Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my live stream. So see you guys tomorrow. And yep, that's it. So peace, y'all.